I'm Katie with the Catholic Company. Welcome back. Today we're going to be making some carrot cake for Easter. This is a perfect recipe, super simple, can be prepped very quickly, and it's just perfect for Easter, for spring, really anytime you want. Carrot cake is super delicious, so we're gonna get right into this. So first we're going to put together our dry ingredients. We have 3 cups of all-purpose flour here. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and 2 teaspoons of baking soda and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. We're just gonna mix this together until that's combined. And then we'll set that aside. Get back to it. And then in another bowl, we're going to add our 2 cups of granulated sugar. And then our vegetable oil. And we'll just mix this with a hand mixer. If you have a stand mixer, that works too. We're gonna mix this until it's combined. And we're gonna add our eggs to them. We have 4 eggs here. We're just gonna add them one at a time. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and then we're just going to combine our wet here. So we have our sugar, which, fun fact, is a wet ingredient. So whenever you're making recipes, sugar is going to be combined with your oil or your butter. So we'll add our wet ingredients to our dry. Just give that a little whisk. Don't want to over mix it just until we're not seeing the flour mixture anymore. All right, so that's about mixed. Now we're going to add in our add-ins. Of course, we want carrots, so this is a no-brainer, but the other things that you add, it's kind of up to you, your preferences. So today we have pecans and raisins, but you can go without raisins, or you can add other fun stuff, even chocolate chips, that'd be really fun. We're just gonna add all these together and mix until combined. And this is super simple, we're pretty much all done. Once we get this all mixed, we're just gonna add it to our cake pans. And we're using 9-inch pans here, 2 of them, but you can use whatever you have at home. If you have 8-inch cake pans, you can do that. Or if you want to do like a sheet cake, that works too. Even cupcakes can be fun to try. Just kind of adjust your baking time. So we're just gonna split these evenly between the 2 pans. And I added a little bit of cooking spray as well as parchment paper to the bottom of my pans, and that really helps it just get out of the pan really easily after baking, but you can just spray it with some cooking spray. And then we're gonna put it into the oven. It's at 350 right now, and we're just gonna bake it for about 45 minutes or until the toothpick comes out dry. I'm gonna put them on the same rack so that they bake evenly. All right, so while the cake's in the oven, we're going to candy some pecans to add on top of our cake once we get our frosting on there as well. So this is super easy and turns out to be delicious, and also can be a perfect snack on now, later, whenever. So we're just gonna melt a tablespoon of butter over medium heat. We're gonna get that melted. So we have our butter melted, we're gonna add our pecans in and get them nice and toasty. So I think this will be very delicious on top, and we're gonna toast this now, and then we're gonna end up baking it a little bit as well. But I'm very excited. I feel like pecans are one of my favorites, and I feel like candy pecans, I don't think you can, I think that counts as dessert, which is something that I will be looking forward to for Easter. So we're gonna let this kind of sit for about 3 minutes. Make sure it's all covered in butter. Okay, so this has been toasting for about 3 minutes. So we're gonna add some sugar. We have granulated here, but brown sugar would be delicious as well. We're just gonna stir that and get that sitting for about 2 minutes and get it to start melting. Make sure it's covering all of the pecans. This is so easy. This is something, when you're at the mall and you smell this and it's absolutely delicious, and you can make this at home if you want, but. And so our sugar is starting to melt. So we're gonna add some salt and cinnamon, and then adding some water for some delicious flavoring. That'll go really well with our carrot cake. Get that stirring. This makes me feel like a very professional chef when the steam goes up. Oh, you could smell that. It's so good. I kind of wish this was my tradition that I did growing up. Maybe I could start it. I feel like that's a fun thing when you're an adult, you just start your own traditions, All right, and then add some vanilla. Can't forget that. Oh gosh, smells so good. Perfect. And we'll turn this off. Then we're just gonna transfer this to a pan with some parchment paper, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven for about 5 minutes to get it nice and crispy. Okay, so we're gonna make some cream cheese frosting to go on top of our cake. So we're going to first add our cream cheese into our bowl and ½ cup of butter. And don't be intimidated by homemade frosting. So we're just gonna combine these. So once we've got this mixed, we're gonna add our powdered sugar and our vanilla in. So just to kind of avoid so much mess, we're just gonna add a little bit at a time and then mix that in. And then we also have our teaspoon of vanilla. Kind of give it a taste to make sure that it has the right amount of vanilla. See if this is good. Yeah, that's very good. So once we have this mixed, just gonna make sure everything is all mixed together well, and then we're just gonna put this aside until our cake has fully cooled down. So we'll get this ready to eat, and it'll be perfect for Easter brunch, if you wanna eat cake at brunch time, Easter dinner. Really anytime, it will be perfect for it. All right, so we have our carrot cake here. It's been cooled down, looking beautiful. And then we have our cream cheese frosting and our delicious candy pecans. We're just gonna assemble it. We're gonna go for just more of a rustic look, but if you wanna get really fancy and have fun with it, you can do a lot cooler icing techniques. We're just gonna take about half of our frosting and just put it on there. And then we're gonna spread it evenly across. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just wanna make it nice and even. And if you wanna do this before too, you could pre-make your frosting and pre-make your cake, and then on Sunday afternoon on Easter, or whenever you guys are celebrating, you can put this together really quickly so it's nice and fresh. This should serve about 12 people, so it's perfect for got a big family or if you're having friends over. All right, so we're just gonna add our other cake nice and gently so we don't break it. All right, so we have our second cake on here. We're just gonna add the rest of our frosting. Just spread this. It's looking nice from your side. Looks good over here. And again, going for a rustic look, so it's okay if there are mistakes or it seems a little bit imperfect. It's quite all right. And give it a kind of brief swipe. Now we're just gonna add some candied pecans. Just gonna put these, you can just however you want, or just use regular pecans. I'm just gonna add these around our cake for a nice little touch, make it look really nice and professional. Seriously, this like makes the cake. I feel like it looks like it was right out of the store, but you made it and super quickly and super easy. So hope you guys make this and definitely let us know if you do. Or like if this is something you make every year, make carrot cake, maybe you can try a different recipe. Maybe this can become a new tradition. I'm just gonna add a few in the middle, make it fun. We'll do 3. It's nice Trinitarian. And that's that. That's your cake. Thank you guys so much for joining us and watching. I hope you guys enjoy the cake and I hope you have a wonderful Easter. We'll see you next time.